Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. Here we are again, ready to paint. I got up early this morning and I thought I was going to work on morning pages. It's a habit. I'm always wanting to start. I start and stop, but I got up and just went through my iPad trying to figure out what I felt like painting today. And I wasn't sure I felt like painting at all, and I also felt like painting like 100 things. I don't know what that thing always is. I'm never quite sure what I'm feeling. Hi Trudy, hi Michael, good morning everybody. How's everyone doing? Good morning Ellen, I'm glad you're here. Good morning Martha, thanks for my coffee, I'm drinking it this morning. All right, hi Barb, hi Rosemary. Oh, it's nice to see everybody. Okay, so after all that, I decided and went down a whole road of doing all different kinds of things. Onions, carrots, lemons, a Valentine lollipop, and I ended with, hi Ginny. Oh good, I'm so glad you love your new painting. Yay! Hi Lisa. Okay, let me turn this around and show you what I finally settled on. Flowers from Market. They are Gerbera daisies. I just took this photo. I bought these flowers on Saturday. And I didn't photograph as much as I wanted to. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Yes, I'm working on a big one. I need to keep going on my big paintings. Hopefully this weekend I'll have time to paint. So I think what I'm going to do, I always at this time of the year, I get this itchy feeling of wanting to grow or change or learn or do something different. It's like I'm in kind of like on I don't know, just kind of in the behavior of painting for shows and doing all that. And then Christmas comes and it's busy season. And then once January hits, now I think almost every year I end up painting on these little pieces of paper and kind of play around with things because I call it itchy for something. Like I need to change things up or do something new. Yeah, Anita, they're great colors, aren't they? So I think what I'm going to do is try to approach this a little bit more of a graphic design kind of way. I'm going to do a transparent rose background and just like I usually do, use my paper towel and pull off, where some of my lightest areas are. And then instead of really having it in an environment like doing the drop shadow, I think I'm going to keep the background very flat looking and maybe have that either end up totally flat or a little bit maybe more of a design in it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I want it to be I keep trying to push myself out of the box of things being too traditional. Not that there's anything wrong with traditional. I'm always just somehow fighting it. I don't know why that is. And I apologize. I guess I wasn't sick last Wednesday, but Thursday I got a terrible cold and I have been under the weather and I'm just now starting to feel better. But I know I always clear my throat and stuff. I know how irritating that is. I try not to do it, and the more I think about not doing it, the more I feel like I need to do it. So I will do my best to. I have throat lozenges here and my tissues by my side. If you asked me this on Sunday, I probably would have said, no, I'm not even going to paint this week. I don't feel well enough, but I am better. Oh, good. I'm glad you love my videos. All the way in Greece. Hi, Emily. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Okay. And can you hear my paintbrush? It's my one paintbrush that this part of it's a little wonky. I need to glue it. But it was a nice clean one. So in my inspiring art group today, we're going on a field trip to my friend Sherry Bear's studio. I can't wait. So whoever's in my inspiring art, I hope you can join us. Her studio is just to die for, and she does clay sculptures. So fun. I'm very excited to do that today. Worried about technology as usual. If I didn't have that part, if I had someone to film me, I would absolutely love doing these things. Hello, Kit Kat in Alberta. Is it freezing there? We really had a pretty mild winter here. Now this one petal right here is a little bit the star of the show. I don't want to misplace where that is. And this one is kind of important here too. So I'm trying to think about where the shadow, the lightest areas are. Excuse me, kind of map them out. I'm going to keep my background a little bit more graphic. I will do the vase, maybe kind of very straight, like that, very traditionally straight. Okay. That just gives me enough of a feel. Minus 17 Celsius. Oh my word, that sounds awful. Just awful. I can't even imagine. I've never felt minus 17 Celsius, and I hope I never do. I can't even imagine going outside. At least here it gets warm enough that I can go out for walks and things. I guess you can there too if you're dressed for it. So I want to mix up iced over. Oh my gosh, Irma. I'm going to do my pigment sticks now. I did hear that you were expecting, did you get really bad weather? In Texas, I thought they were expecting it to be really bad. I don't know what I want to do in my background yet. Good morning, Bill. Is Emerson with you? Hi, Susan. Yeah, that sounds awful in Texas because you're not prepared for bad weather in Texas. This is over here. I'm not sure what I'm doing with my background, but I'll just put a little bit of this in here for fun. Well, I don't know. What materials are you using? Is that what you're asking me? Our oaks have fallen over. Very sad and scary. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about the trees. You adapt. Yeah, I'm sure you adapt. Wow. That I just can't even imagine being that cold. Oh. I think it's cold here when it goes below 70. So this is a little bit different. I'm not sure where I want to put any pigment sticks, but I just want to keep this very loose and have fun with it. So I'm not going to really worry about anything. I don't feel like worrying about anything today. See how bright that yellow is just underneath those petals right there. And in here a little bit, I see some of that. That yellow is really a thick color, isn't it? It's crazy. This is my green. I don't know. That's enough of that. All right. So I need to really mix up a lot of whites. And we have peach, yellow, and this really cool turquoisey color. And then I'm not sure what I'll do in the background. Hi, Madeline. I think I like this kind of neutral grayish purplish color. Maybe I'll do that and just keep it. No plein air painting. Absolutely not. Buenos dias. Right, let me turn it this way and mix up some colors here. I need a sip of my coffee, or a lot of sips of my coffee today. I didn't mix up any grays. I could do a little bit of another gray, because I have been playing with that. I'm going to have black out here. Putting a little black out. Good morning. Wanted to make a darker gray. I forgot what I was doing. I don't know. I can always mix more if I need it. But I'm going to try to neutralize with those a little bit. Good morning to Mexico. Oh, what kind of palette? This is a piece of marble, like from the store where you buy countertops. I need that with a little brown in it for that dark that one little dark bit of flower that's peeking out in the back. That's good. Good morning. Sun is shining, but it's cold here today, about 10 in Ohio. Maybe it is cold out here, cold outside here also. I'm actually not even sure. I did yoga last night. I didn't go for my walk, so I don't even know how cold it was. Think about it. That needs to go a little more yellow. So I'll put some of this. I don't have any of my yellow out. Maybe I should put a little bit of my cadmium lemon out. Wizard Lake, Alberta. Boy, everybody's in cold areas today. Thanks for everybody who's popping in. Good morning to everybody who's popping in. So what do I want to tell you? So my French trip is all filled up. I'm so excited about that. I'm starting to work on now all the logistics for that, which is just beyond exciting. And it's been in the 70s and 80s here in Central Florida. Lucky you, Ellen. Way to rub that in. That sounds lovely. I need a little bit more of this cadmium lemon. That sounds heavenly. That's why you moved to Florida, right? Now's the nice time of the year there. Okay, that's good for that one in the way back. And then I need more of a peach color. I thought this would be good. So I need to mix maybe a little of this in there. My palette's a little bit messy. A lot of times before Wednesdays, I'll clean my palette off before I'm with you guys, but I didn't this morning. So I spent all my time trying to figure out what I wanted to paint. Yeah, that's good. And this is a peachy color. And then I just need a lot of whites and that teal. I could go lighter with that. Maybe I'll mix some of this pink in there. I want to keep it kind of graphic and simple. Just telling you, like, I think about things like that as I'm painting. It doesn't necessarily end up that way. I always say my paintings take on a life of their own. Things just happen, and you kind of have to go with it when that happens. That's usually where the magic is. But sometimes that's tricky to trust that process and just not, like, to go in with your intention and just not. It's better to let it evolve on its own. Am I saying that right? So now all these really light colors are pretty light. Now if I want to make shadow areas, I am going to try putting a little bit of the gray in there to dull that down. It does look pretty good. I'm going to warm it with just a little bit of this brown. That looks pretty good. I could use that a little bit darker. So I'll move that over here. Do the same thing. That might be too dark. Let me see. Yeah, and that's a little too cool. So I'm going to warm that up a little and lighten it. I'm going to use a little bit of this pink that I had left over from the other day. Still looks pretty cool. It just was looking too starkly cool and not warm enough. Now I think that's a little bit better. I still could use, I'm going to put a little tiny bit of Indian yellow in there. See how much that warms it. That's going to shift the color a little bit more quickly. Even a little bit more. Sometimes I'm hesitant. I should have just gone in a little faster, but okay, that's better. Happy Wednesday, Allie. How are you? Hope all is well. All right, that's good for my lightest lights. I'm going to take a little bit of that out and add just a tiny bit of blue into that. Where's my my blue? I don't know where it is. You know what? I'm going to use a little bit of this, the violet gray. Just, oh, I can't get that one open. Here's another one. I just feel like I need a tiny bit cooler in that white. All right, that's good. A little shift cooler. And now I need kind of that tealish turquoisey and greens that are in the vase. Just a little bit that's dark, not much. No, I'll lighten this. Allie, what were you doing? Anita was watching to see if you would make it. You were just watching for her to come on. Wasn't that a fun color? I have to see if how close it looks. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll lighten that a little bit more. Let me put a little bit more white out here. Oh, I love that color. Isn't that pretty? Sometimes when I wash my brushes, when they have like this kind of tealish color, when it's mixed with soap and the water's running through it, it makes the most gorgeous color, similar to this, that I always think, oh, I want to paint with that color. All right, I think that's a really pretty oh, we didn't mix like a background purpley something or other, so let's do that, a purpley gray, because that like the purple will help the yellow pop and the whites. I'll mix it up here. That's way too purple, so let me put in, I did get a little bit of my gray out over here and a little bit of brown. I might need more of that. It's still pretty purple. Let me put out a little bit more raw umber here. Did you wake up your cat to watch? I hope so. Is it a boy or a girl? I always forget the name of your cat. I need to write that down. I wish my cats would watch me paint. They're busy sleeping. They could care less. A studio tour. That would be really fun, but my studio is... You mean here at my studio? My house? No, I haven't. It's not a very sexy studio. But I love it. I need a studio so I can have company, right? Come visit. A couple of you guys have been in my studio. Okay, those are nice. I like those browns. All right. She's sleeping in again. Maybe she'll come hearing my voice. Oh, I love that. Okay, let me move this up here. Can you see that okay? Pull it back a little bit. This creaky thing. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Is that good? No, thank you, Anita. Okay. Oh, I didn't really mix up a dark for inside of those. Just do a little bit here real quick. In here, I forgot about. Okay, so I want to really. I don't know what I want to do. Her name is Priya, but she has so many nicknames. Priya, your artist cat. It's like Toonses. Remember Toonses on Saturday Night Live, the cat that could drive? Sometimes I pretend like my cats do that with my kids, but my kids never saw Toonses, the driving cat. But Priya's the artist cat. I did get out my other shape brush too, in case I want to use it. I can't remember what it's called though. I do want some of the red to show through. Oh, Filbert, that's it, Anita. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You know I forget. I forget everything. Let me get a sip of my coffee. What's everybody having today? Coffee or tea? I need to use that filbert a little bit. I forget everything, and my husband completes my sentences. That's nice to have him around to help with that, right? I guess that is a perk of being married for a long time, huh? Whoops. Look, I just pulled the whole thing apart. I think I need a different one. It was kind of capturing my attention a little too much as it was wobbly. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm a little worried about this one. Like, I'm really trying to keep it a a little different or spontaneous. And it's almost like in trying to keep it spontaneous, it almost becomes unspontaneous because I'm thinking about it too much. If that makes any sense at all. It's crazy how that happens. Maybe I need to put a little bit of my background color in, so maybe that'll give me like a space to be in a little bit more. I think that'll help. Sometimes when I do like a full color background like this magenta, it almost distracts my attention so much that I don't notice much, but the background color kind of skews. Someone that I was watching recently, she said what she often does is she'll put in her lightest light just a touch and her darkest dark just a touch, so she knows the values that she's aiming for. Just go with my emotions. That's right, Anita. Follow my muse. That's part of the trick, is making friends with your muse, right? And following it wherever it goes. I like how that feels at the top there. Oh, yes, the grid is on the canvas, but you can't see it now anymore. I can barely see it anymore. I just put it on there so that I have an idea of where things need to be positioned. It's kind of just to give me confidence that I'm putting things in the right place. It's a crutch, actually, but I like it. It just lets me know that as I dive in, that things are pretty much where I want them to be. Not entirely. All right, so this is dark in here, and there's a little bit of it right in there. And this comes up actually like here, I think. How do I add the grid? Well, I use an app called #grid for my iPad, and then I just draw it on my panel with a pencil or a charcoal. Piece of charcoal. Thanks to watching you use the grid, I started it. It's a great improvement in my paintings. Definitely a tool, as Michael said. Yes, it is a great tool. And there's no reason not to use tools if it helps you gain confidence or you like how your painting turns out. Tools are great. Because really the whole point of it is to enjoy painting. Because it is fun. There, that's good. That gave me a better shape of where I'm going. Can you use it on a larger painting? Yeah, you sure can, just the exact same way. And these are this on the shadow side, so maybe I'll just map that in a little bit. And these are all in shadow. I'm going to use some of that same color that we in the background. Oh, I like how it's looking. It's fun even just with that that pink, isn't it? So I want it to feel spontaneous like this when I'm finished, not get too tight. I'm going to Zion Park in Utah, and it's beautiful there. There are rock formations. I'm thinking of dabbling some plein air, but I don't even know where to start. Oh, definitely do that. That would be so much fun. Do you mean where to start of what to bring or how to paint plein air? You can totally do that. That would be so cool. When are you going there? You're always doing fun stuff. Yeah, Irma, I do too. I like the abstract quality of it. I want to see if I can hold on to that. Sometimes that gets elusive. That's the part that's hard for me to do, especially when I'm painting large. Usually they end up getting much tighter somehow. I'm having trouble with painting the vase in water. This particular vase in water? Or any vase in water? It's really just looking at it as abstract shapes. That's what will help have your painting look more realistic. Like that doesn't look like a vase yet, but we'll see where it goes. And I said I want to keep my background a little bit more abstract, so I don't want to, my goal isn't to have it look like a kind of stuffy still life. I want it to be spontaneous. Oops. Well, the background, yeah, I want the background to be one like this one color maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it looks as we go. It's only 8:32. We're good. So what's everybody having today? Coffee or tea? I am having my Fat Cow coffee today. Thanks to Martha, who dropped it off for me yesterday. And it is so good. Hard to see with all the writing. Oh, right. Let me do this. Is that better? Maybe a little bit better, because it's all below for me, but maybe you're on a different kind of phone than I am. I think that all depends on if you're on a non-iPhone, whatever those phones are called. Yes, better. Good. Thanks, Ellen. Yeah, you guys can let me know if like you can't see something or something's not working, because I don't always think about everything or notice everything when I'm painting. Is that a cradled panel house that's stuck there? Yes, it is a cradled panel. So it's just on my, so I have it wired and ready to hang, and it's just sitting on my easel here. Just kind of softening that edge in there. I don't know if I like that pink showing or not. I kind of do like it over there. I think I might leave it. All right, so I'm still kind of carving around where my petals are. The one's more in the shadow. Okay, I should work on... I'm going to get out my... Could we decide this was called a filbert? I'm going to get out my filbert. I feel like I need it. Where do you get your cute stickers on the back? Oh, Ellen, I order them from moo.com. Super easy to purchase. It's a very organized company. I get my business cards from them also. Oh yeah, that's what I needed. I love that up there. I want to keep that. I like the pink. I like the pink too. Yeah, I want to try to hold on to some of that whimsy of that. And this is more of this goldenrod in here. Yeah, Carol Ann said, I love moo.com. Yes, I do too. Very fun. All right, so now I have to think about, there's some darker underneath of the petals, like right in here. The sticker company, moo.com, MOO.com. All right, so yeah, where's everybody listening from? Emily, is it my Emily? Oh, good morning, Emily. Are you working from home today? No, and I think I have a line here that, whoops, I had a different color in my paintbrush. Sometimes that happens if I don't clean my paintbrush off and I set it down, I'll dive into paint and find out I had a lighter or darker color on there and be very disappointed by it. There, I hid that a little bit. I wasn't crazy about all that. What is your brand of paint you prefer? Kentucky Freezerville today. I prefer, I use all different kinds of paint, but I think overall, if you're just investing in paint, I'd get Winsor Newton or Gamblin. You can actually even get them at Michael's store, which is really easy. Charlotte, North Carolina, Mansfield, Texas. Melon says, does anyone here dabble in plein air, and what are the basic things I would need to do so? Well, you would need like a pochade box. That's something I actually invested in. And do you think that I have been outside painting yet? Carol Ann, we've got to do that as soon as the weather gets nice. That's all you really need is the easel on which something, that you can take outside to paint on. And then otherwise, you probably have everything else that you need. There's all kinds of fun things you can get, but just to start, you don't need that much stuff. You just need to be able to be outside and not hold your easel in your hand. And then once you're doing it, you'll get practice. I'm Trying to think of where my lighter lights are. I need a little bit of the background color up in here. Oh, I'm not watching here. Oh, good. Thank you, Michael. Michael's going to send her a message. Yeah, water soluble is nicer for plein air painting. Easier. Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, see, in that area, for me to do this, right away, I want to go in there and paint those details. Like, it just draws me in, like, that's what I feel like I need to do, but I don't want to. I want to keep it kind of graphic and loose, so I don't want to go right in there. I want to put broad strokes in and not get lost in the details. Yeah, no, I don't usually use water-soluble oils, but if I was plein air painting, I think that's a great time to try them, because you don't have to worry about cleanup. They're very convenient. I'm just a big fan of traditional oil paint. And I'm not sure when I do go plein air painting, I probably will use traditional, but I'm not sure. I do have some water solubles because my friend Beth paints with them. And her work is stunning. So it can be done. What do you use to travel with the wet paints? There are little boxes. You mean your wet paintings? There are little boxes that you can get. You're going to need it for France anyway. I can send you, I'll try to remember to do that, send you a link of the box that you can get, because we're going to need them to bring paintings home from France. And I don't have one yet either. But you can get cardboard, inexpensive ones also. You don't have to get the really expensive right away. But I think for traveling, you'll want that. How much time does oil pastel? Well, this is oil paint, not pastel, but it takes quite a while, several weeks to dry. Quite a long time. But it's all relative. It depends on, what mediums you use when you're painting, how dry your air is, how warm it is, all kinds of things. Citrus. Oh, I almost painted citrus today. I was really close. I had a beautiful a lemon that my friend Krista had taken a photo of that I've never painted yet, and I want to paint that maybe next time. Although I probably should do something for Valentine's next week. Oh, so one of my friends, I'm in a mastermind group. I have been for a long time, and one of the artists in my group was just interviewed on the Jealous Curator. It's like a kind of a group show. She said, I started to listen to it this morning, but I didn't get all the way through it. But if you haven't listened to the Jealous Curator podcast, it is one of my favorites. And Michelle Barkway is interviewed in the most recent one. All right, does that feel loose enough? That could use a little bit of lightest light right in here. Yeah, needed that touch. So I feel like all of those flowers are very loose and spontaneous, especially that little splash up there. But now I've got to work on our main attraction here. A little bit of that. Okay. So maybe I'll start here toward the center. I love that pink showing through. I don't want to lose all of that. And I just want to subtly suggest that texture in there and not get overly lost in it. All right. Have a sip of my coffee. I have a cough drop in my mouth. Coffee never tastes very good with that. And I want to let that pink show through. Get too much on my brush there. Oh, yeah, Caroline, I'm not very good at colds. I haven't had a cold in I honestly think I haven't had a cold in 5 years. I was like a baby. I didn't even know how to deal with it. I didn't even have medicine at my house to take. I want to push that back a little bit. I don't want this side. I think I want that pink to show through, but not too much of it. But that looks pretty good. But I do want that little one to pop right here. Need the separation of those two flowers. Tom and I had a cold a couple of weeks ago. A head cold lasted about 5 days. Yep, that's about where I am, Caroline. I think I'm like on my 5th day. Would that be right? Yeah, because I got it after last Wednesday. And these are pretty simple petals. Glad I have this kind of a brush. I don't know, what do you think? Is it staying spontaneous? I love the pink showing through. Oh, Anna, yes, I'll show you my palette in a second. Let me push this back a little bit in here. Doesn't look too gray. I don't know. I do like how it looks. I love the pink showing. Make sure my shadow of this I think I need my lightest lights. I think I'm happy with most of that. Thanks, Anita. Okay, let's think what else I need to do here. This looks too much of a line right here. Soften that. Oh, it's too loud. There's a fun little spot. Brightness there. This needs... Let's keep that a little bit of that feel. All right, is there anything else that I'm missing? I think I need to work on that petal right there. But I like the kind of, that the background's flat. This I could push back a little bit more. And I need this to yeah, that needed to happen. So what else do you think it's missing? I like the brightness. That helped this look like it's in front of this flower. Maybe just a little bit of like a little sexy little splash in there of something. I could even put a little of that in here. Sometimes when you put a color somewhere, it's good to put it somewhere else in your painting too. Gives it continuity. Yeah, the colors are so fun, aren't they? I agree. I love them. A little green down in there. I think it's good. I don't know. I think it's very fun. All right, I'm going to sign it. I'll show you my palette. Okay. Very fun. All right. Oops, sorry. Good morning, Nancy. All right, so there's my reference. There's my painting. You can see I love all that fun part up there. I love. Well, I do love all of it. I think I kept it spontaneous and fun. And then here's my palette. It was a very simple palette. So I'm glad you guys came to hang out with me. Oh, I forgot a couple things. So we're going to do the Vasari trip. No, wait, I wrote it down so I don't forget. If you want to join us and go to Vasari in Reading, Pennsylvania. Is it in Reading? No, it's in Allentown. Emmaus, I think, right near Allentown. Sorry. It's Thursday, March 16th. So if you want to join us, just go on my website underneath the upcoming tab and just email me. You could just let me know you're thinking about coming, just so I have a count, because I think we're going to go to Vasari, which is a paint store, little field trip, and we're going to watch how they make paint. Of course, we might shop a little bit, and then we're going to go to lunch together. I think it would just be really, really fun. And then I also still have a couple spots left in my Kennett Square workshop that's happening the first weekend in March, and it's going to be so much fun. It's a 2-day workshop, Saturday or Sunday and Monday. And we're going to paint, I think, a flower, peony one day and a bird the next day, and go out to dinner, and it's just going to be fabulous. So if you want to join me and paint in person with me, it's going to be really fun. So I think that's it for now. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I hope everybody who's freezing cold stays warm, and we'll do it again next week. I will save this. It'll be on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it again, and there'll be a link to it from the blog page on my website. So thanks for coming, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.